Repo Man is rumored to come to 4K from the Criterion Collection. Severin Films finally announces a beautiful box set edition of Dario Argento's opera. The Best Picture nominated film Zone of Interest gets a nice 4K edition for May 24. Sony finally gives the standalone 4K treatment to A League of Their Own. Kino Lorber announces 4 new Blu-rays for the Kino cult line. Stuart Gordon's From Beyond gets a nice 4K edition from 88 Films. And re-release Omania is Runnin' Wild at Paramount, as Double Jeopardy, Red Eye, and Sweeney Todd all get new standalone 4K editions from Paramount. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media Channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, we are here for the Physical Media Report, episode 216. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we talk about everything new and exciting in the world of 4K and Blu-ray. And you know what? There's not a lot to really talk about today. There is stuff to talk about, but it's a lot of re-releases that we're talking about. So we're talking about a lot of existing 4Ks in today's media report. I almost thought about just skipping this week because I'm a little bit behind. I'm actually filming this on Father's Day, so you'll have to excuse me if I stumble, if I fumble, which I generally do, but I'm going to try to shoot this, just off the cuff, very off the cuff. There's going to be very little editing involved in this week's Physical Media Report because, to be honest, I just don't have the time for it. So you're going to get loose cannon Ken today. You're going to get completely off the cuff, unfiltered thoughts from me today on the Physical Media Report. So things are going to get wild, guys, but I can't miss a week, guys. I gotta bring you your physical media news, as insignificant as some of it may be, as repetitive as some of it may be. We're still going to talk about it, and there's some interesting things to talk about. There's a couple of really big, exciting announcements to talk about, actually. But look, before I get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Usually we're a little bit more structured, a little bit more organized around here. Who am I kidding? No, we're not. But anyway, hit the subscribe button. If you like physical media, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me, hit that subscribe button. I do content like this. I try to, at least, every single day. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. And also leave me a comment down below of everything that we get into, everything that we talk about. I'm sure there's something that's going to get those juices flowing. Let me know what it is in that comment section below. Okay, let's jump right into it, guys. We're going to start with the rumors. We've got one rumor to talk about that may not remain a rumor by the time that this Physical Media Report goes up, because I do film these. I'm actually filming this on Sunday, so I'm filming this the day before Monday when this comes out. So this may be announced, actually, because Repo Man is supposed to be coming to 4K from the Criterion Collection, and I think it's supposed to be a part of the announcements that are taking place tomorrow on Monday, which is today when I'm putting this up. So we may have the official announcement for Repo Man from 1984 with Emilio Estevez, the Mighty Ducks, man. I swear to God, Emilio! And you got Harry Dean Stanton in this movie. It's been a little bit since I've seen Repo Man. I do have the nice Criterion Collection edition. I always point to Repo Man as having one of the best packaging in the Criterion Collection. Like, the artwork on that Repo Man edition is just freaking phenomenal. And I hope that they still do the digibook, because that is a really nice digibook edition. But they may just go like the regular 4K case route like they did for Night of the Living Dead. I don't know, guys, what Criterion does, what they try to do with their releases. It's very weird. It feels like they're very inconsistent with what they put out in the different cases. Like Night of the Living Dead had that nice like digipack edition, then they re-released it on 4K. It had the clear case, so I could see them doing the same thing for Repo Man. But then there's been other editions where they had the digipack edition, and then they re-released the digipack edition when they put out the 4K. So it's Criterion, they're all over the place. I imagine this is not going to have any new features, anything like that. I'll probably get Repo Man on 4K at some point, because it is a very visually stunning film that I do think would look absolutely outstanding on 4K. But from what I remember, the Blu-ray looked pretty damn good as well. But yeah, guys, Repo Man on 4K, we should be getting those Criterion September announcements very soon, possibly today. So be on the lookout for that. And if there's enough to talk about with the Criterion announcements, I'll make a separate video sometime this week discussing those. So yeah, Repo Man on 4K, guys. Are you excited for the potential announcement? It could also be an October announcement. Maybe they announce it next month. But are you excited for the potential announcement of Repo Man plan on 4K? Let me know in the comments section below. Let's get into the actual news and announcements, guys. And like I said, a lot of re-releases that are going on right now. We've got Red Eye getting a 4K release, which Red Eye already got a 4K release from the Paramount Presents line as a part of the Paramount Presents line, I think early last year, 2023. This is coming out from Paramount on August the 20th. This is a non-Paramount Presents edition, so just a regular slipcover on this one. I do like the artwork on this one, though. I do like the artwork. Now, the current, what I will say, and why this is kind of good news, the current Paramount Presents edition of Red Eye, from what I was seeing on Blu-ray.com, it's currently out of print. Like, it's not available to order on Amazon. So this is a good opportunity to re-release this and at a cheaper cost, because this is going to be cheaper than the Paramount Presents. I think the Paramount Presents was $35. This is going for $25.99 as of right now. I could see this dropping, though, to $19.99 by the time this comes out. That's usually what the standard 4Ks from Paramount usually drop down to. So Red Eye on 4K, guys. This has come out from Paramount Presents, but the Paramount Presents is out of print, so they're re-releasing it. This is going to have all the same special features. It's going to be the same transfer. There's really going to be nothing new about this release. So if you already have that Paramount Presents edition, there's really no need to get this. But what I also found to be interesting about this, and I'm not going to take credit for this, somebody reached out to me on Instagram and kind of pointed to this for me, but if you look on the spine of this release, and another release we're getting ready to talk about, it says Paramount Scares up in the corner. And I don't know if they're considering this a horror film. I don't really consider Red Eye a horror film. It's more of a thriller. So this leads me to believe that maybe when they release Paramount Scares Volume 2, they're going to put Red Eye in it. So that'll be the third release of Red Eye on 4K if that happens, which I hope that doesn't happen. I hope they do some new films. I hope they don't re-release Red Eye on 4K and then a couple months later do Paramount Scares Volume 2 and put Red Eye in it. I hope they have some new films on 4K in store for us when they put that out. We also got Double Jeopardy getting the exact same treatment. 4K re-release by Paramount August the 27th. This is a non-Paramount Presents edition. Now the Paramount Presents for this one is still in print. So you're going to have two different Double Jeopardies to get on 4K, either the Paramount Presents or the regular 4K edition, which again, I don't think there's any difference. Like, they're not taking special features out of the Paramount Presents edition. They've still got all the same special features on the regular edition. So there's really no difference other than the packaging. Like, you don't have the flip out slipcover. But I think the Double Jeopardy 4K, the regular standard edition, will be a little bit cheaper. And also with this one, and this one I really don't consider a horror film. This is definitely a thriller. But this one also has the Paramount Scares logo up in the corner. So are they going to put out Double Jeopardy as a part of the Paramount Scares line and the new collector sets that they're putting out? Are they going to put that in the second one? Again, I find it interesting they have that logo up in the corner. What exactly does that mean? Could mean nothing. Maybe it's an accident. I don't know, but let me know your thoughts on it, though, in the comment section below. But let's get into this one, guys, because this is actually very exciting, and this is actually a very warranted re-release by Sony, and one that a lot of people have been waiting for quite some time, and I'm so glad it's getting the standalone 4K treatment, because the box set that it came in has been out of print for a very long time. About 4 years ago now, Columbia Classics Volume 1, which I am lucky enough to have in my collection, and the only reason I have that in my collection is because I love this movie right here that's getting the standalone treatment, and that is A League of Their Own. Is getting a standard 4K edition from Sony on September the 3rd, and all I have to say is finally, it's about time. Like, I made that video about Sony and re-release some movies and steelbooks and how inconsistent they are. I've made several videos like calling out Sony on some of their BS and how they lock certain movies and box sets and how they only put steelbooks out that cost $50 instead of standard slipcover editions. I don't have anything to really complain about here. Like, would a steelbook of A League of Their Own be nice? Like, I love that movie and I would have probably got it, but I can't complain about A League of Their Own getting a standard 4K edition with a really nice slipcover that's probably going to be a little bit more affordable than the steelbook, because I said it before, guys, I want options at the end of the day. Like, I want the slipcover, I want the steelbook, but if you're going to do one, I say do the one that's going to be a little bit cheaper. Do the slipcover version. If you want to do a steelbook as well, do a steelbook, but don't just do a steelbook, because those are going to be the most expensive. So I'm glad that they're doing this on 4K standalone standard slipcover edition. Again, I would want options, but if you're going to do one, I want them to do the slipcover because it's a little bit more affordable and it doesn't feel like you're price gouging people. So A League of Their Own is getting that 4K treatment from Sony September the 3rd. Nice slipcover edition. It looks beautiful. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to, because I have A League of Their Own on 4K. I don't need it. See, this is a case where I probably would have got that Steelbook just because I love the movie so much. But again, I'm glad that we're getting that standard slipcover edition because I have gotten many messages, guys, from people that have asked me, do you think we'll ever get A League of Their Own 4K standard edition? I've been getting those messages for like 4 years now. And I'm happy to say that those people that missed out on Columbia Classics Volume 1 are going to have the opportunity to get this film on standard 4K. And it makes me happy. It makes me happy that other people get to experience this 4K in all its glory because this is one of the best 4Ks that I've seen. It was a very early 4K for me that I watched, and I was like blown away by the transfer. Thought it looked great. Haven't even watched it on my OLED yet. It would probably look 10 times better on that, so I need to rewatch the film on 4K. So yeah, very happy about this one, guys. Very excited for people to get to experience this film on 4K that didn't get that Columbia Classics Volume 1 edition. And excited for people that haven't seen this film to get to see it. Like, this is one of Tom Hanks' best movies, in my opinion. But also, like, Gina Davis, this is one of my favorite movies from her. Like, I just used to watch this movie all the time growing up. I saw it in the drive-in movie theater when I was a kid. And it's honestly, it's my favorite sports film. It's a great cast, and it's just a very nice, sweet story. It's a family story, and I love this movie. So A League of Their Own on 4K, guys, and it looks great on 4K. So I highly recommend that you pick this one up when it comes out on 4K UHD. All right, let's move on, guys. Let's talk about Sweeney Todd on 4K. This is coming out from Paramount on September the 3rd, and this is a standalone from the Paramount Scares Volume 1. So Paramount Scares Volume 1 came out last year, and they locked Sweeney Todd in that box set. But I told everybody at that time, I'm like, look, you don't have to get this box set just for Sweeney Todd because this is not Sony. This is Paramount. They will 100% at some point do a standalone edition of Sweeney Todd. It might take a year, but they will do it. And here we are a year later, and they are doing that standalone 4K edition of Sweeney Todd. So there you go, guys. I hope you didn't waste your money and rebuy a bunch of 4Ks last year to get this Paramount Scares box set just for Sweeney Todd, which I don't think a lot of people did because a lot of people were kind of disappointed that that was the title that they announced for the Paramount Scares edition. But yeah, guys, Sweeney Todd on 4K, getting a standalone 4K edition from Paramount September the 3rd. Are you going to be getting this? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, we got From Beyond getting a 4K edition. Stuart Gordon's From Beyond from 88 Films, and that comes out on September the 9th. Now, this is a UK-only edition. I imagine it'll probably be available to pre-order on, I think it's available on Amazon UK, but also on Diabolic, on Grindhouse, on all the US sites that import these titles. So I think this is good because I think a lot of people missed out on that Vinegar Syndrome 4K edition, especially with the slipcover, the nice packaging, and that was such a great addition for Vinegar Syndrome. So I'm glad that people get another chance at From Beyond on 4K, another nice addition. Like the artwork on this one, to be honest, I kind of like a little bit better than the Vinegar Syndrome edition. Like, I like the Vinegar Syndrome edition, don't get me wrong, but I think the artwork on this is super freaking awesome. Am I going to rebuy it? No, because I have the best version of From Beyond on 4K. Like, that's the definitive version, and I didn't really look into the special features on this. I don't know if it's going to have that new documentary. I think it was like 90 minutes that Vinegar Syndrome put on that 4K release because Vinegar Syndrome produced that documentary. Maybe they'll loan it out to 88 Films. I'm not exactly sure. So if this thing has all the same special features, I say if you missed out on that Vinegar Syndrome, definitely get this and add it to your collection because that was a great 4K. It was a great transfer. I imagine the transfer is going to be the same because I think that 88 Films and Vinegar Syndrome work together on transfers and borrowing from each other and stuff like that. So it's very likely that documentary probably will be on there, but this is a great 4K. It's got great special features. You also got all the Scream Factory special features that are probably going to be on this as well. So highly recommend it though, guys. From Beyond, it's honestly my favorite Stuart Gordon film. I love this movie, but all the colors and stuff in this film just look so freaking magnificent on 4K. I've talked about that 4K so many times on the channel, so definitely recommend that you pick up this 4K edition, and the artwork is freaking sick, so it's super awesome. But again, UK only. You're going to have to import that, but it comes out on September the 9th. We also have Zone of Interest getting a 4K edition. Nice A24 site exclusive. You can pre-order that now on the A24 website for $30 for the Blu-ray and $35 for the 4K edition. And this is shipping in mid-July, but it's available to pre-order right now. This thing's going to have HDR, Dolby Atmos, and 3 new features, including a 30-minute making of. So this is a film that was nominated for Best Picture. It's directed by the same guy that did Under the Skin, and I have talked about that movie recently on the movies I hate that are in my collection, and I do not like that movie. I'm willing to give this movie a chance because, again, it feels a little bit more, I don't know what you would say, a little bit more accessible, I guess, to a film fan than Under the Skin. So I will check this out at some point. I mean, it was nominated for Best Picture, so I definitely need to check it out. If you're a fan of Zone of Interest, if you like the movie, you can get it on 4K and pre-order it right now from the A24 website as a site exclusive. All right, let's get into the next announcement, guys. This one is very exciting. We've been waiting on this announcement since I think there was rumblings of this like midway through last year, but Dario Argento's Opera is getting that 4K treatment from Severin Films, and this box set is a doozy, guys. We're going to go in the details in a second, but this is the first announcement as part of their summer sale announcement. So they're doing kind of the same thing they did last Black Friday when they were announcing a bunch of releases for their Black Friday sale. They're having a big summer sale, and now they're announcing a bunch of releases leading up to that. I love the way they structure their announcements, or I think this is kind of new, but last year they just kind of popped up images like on these graves. And they would keep putting out posts on their Instagram. If you're not following Severin Films on Instagram, definitely give them a follow because they're announcing all this stuff. I imagine they're probably announcing it through X as well, and I think on their Facebook group, but they're announcing all this stuff on Instagram. So I think starting today on Monday, they're going to keep announcing titles, up to 9 or 10 titles until the actual sale happens. So it's always really exciting to see what new titles they're going to announce every day. And they always fill like the little slots in the pictures. Like this one's a movie theater theme. So, or maybe it's an opera theme, I guess, because the first movie was opera. But I think it's a movie theater. I can't exactly remember. But anyway, the seats keep getting filled as they keep announcing stuff. And I think that's a really cool way to announce stuff. So shout out to Severin Films for doing that. Really cool. So we should be getting announcements every single day, or not every single day, but every other day or whenever they decide to announce it, leading up to the sale that starts on July the 12th. So, but the first official announcement, they just came out of the gate with a bang here with Opera on 4K. And this thing, guys, this thing is freaking massive. I don't even want to think about what this is going to cost. I'm getting it 100% because I love Dario Argento and I got to own like nice editions of all of his films. But I am almost scared what this release is going to cost. I got to take out a loan to purchase this damn thing. This is a chunky box set edition, 5-disc set, 5 discs in this set. Like Cemetery Man, I've actually got over here right now because I recently picked this one out to watch for my Blu-ray backlog series. This thing is nice. This is a nice chunky box set right here. This is 4 discs. So what is a 5-disc going to look like? Is it going to be even bigger than that? Like, I don't know what this thing's going to look like, but it's going to be freaking massive. Chunky box, 5-disc set, 2 restored cuts of the film. You got 10 hours of special features. Now, imagine that not all of that's going to be new. There's going to be some archival stuff in there, but 10 hours of special features and a soundtrack CD. So I imagine that's the 5th disc is the soundtrack CD. And there's more announcements to come, guys. Like I said, this is the first announcement of many announcements from Severin Films leading up to that sale. But Opera on 4K, guys, I've seen this movie once and I liked it, but I do want to rewatch it because I was just getting into Italian horror films when I watched the movie, so I don't feel like I fully latched onto it. So I definitely want to rewatch it because everybody that's seen this movie that's into Italian horror loves it. So I'm excited to revisit it. I'm sure it's going to look great on 4K. And own more Severin Films in my collection. This is a nice box set release, and I like owning the chunky box sets for Dario Argento films. But let me know if you're excited for Opera. Did I say opera? Let me know if you're excited for Opera. Let me know if you're excited for Oprah. You get a car. You get an Opera release. You get a chunky box set. You get a chunky box set. I don't know what I'm doing. I told you this is going to be freaking all over the place, guys. But let me know if you're excited for Opera on 4K. in the comments section below. Let's talk about the 4 new Kino Cult announcements that Kino Lorber came out with. These all come out on August the 20th. I didn't realize how far they have gone in the Kino Cult line. Like, it's actually pretty crazy. I think they're up to like 13 or 14 now. But we got Food of the Gods that was announced, The Food of the Gods. We got Frogs. And we got Empire of Ants. And I don't think any of these 3 titles, from what I was seeing, unless they're overseas releases, I don't think any of these 3 have gotten Blu-rays domestically. So this will be the first time on Blu-ray for 3 of these titles. And then the last one is Squirm. And this one is out of print from Screen Factory. So this one came out on Blu-ray quite a few years ago from Screen Factory. It's out of print right now. I think you can purchase it on Amazon for like $75. But again, it's not a new title. You have to purchase it from somebody else. So it's an out of print title that Kino Lorber is bringing back. So these movies seem pretty cool. You know, they seem like movies that I would be down to collect for, as opposed to all the Jess Franco films they've been releasing in this line since the beginning. So I may get these at some point. But if I get these as a part of the Kino Cult line, I'm going to feel like I have to go back and fill in the rest of the line, because I think I've got like 5 or 6 so far. But I didn't want to get all those Jess Franco films because I just don't care about that kind of stuff, guys. I just don't. So, but let me know if these releases are any good in the comment section below. We also got 3 new Kino Lorber 4Ks that are coming out. All these come out on August the 13th. All the Kino Cult stuff comes out on August the 20th. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but all these new 4Ks come out on August the 13th. I'll be honest, some of these I can't pronounce. Alphaville on 4K, I can't pronounce, but these other 2 titles that I'm going to put over here, I'm not even going to bother, guys. I'm not even going to bother announcing these. I think these are all French films, but they're coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber. They're right here. They're right. I'm not even going to bother pronouncing them, but we got Alphaville, and then, which I think is a Jean-Luc Godard film. And then we got these other 2 films that are coming out on 4K on August the 13th. And lastly, guys, for the news and announcements, we got the Anchorman 4K box set coming out as a Paramount UK edition. So this is available only in the UK. I think you can import it on Amazon UK. And this comes out on August the 5th. So really nice chunky box set edition of Anchorman. For Anchorman, I'm probably good with just the slipcover. I don't need a big, like, bougie box set of Anchorman, but I do like the movie, and it is a really cool box set edition if you're a fan of that film. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the deals, guys. We got all the Amazon deals, which I will link these deals down below, guys, like I always do. Use those links if you don't mind. They're Amazon affiliate links, and if you use them, you will be helping support the channel. So I will link everything that I can find as of right now down there, or I will talk about everything I can find as of right now, but I'm sure there'll be more deals by the time this physical media report drops. I'll link everything else that I can find that, even though I don't cover it right now, I'll have it down below in the description if you're interested in any of those titles. Again, use those links and use all the pre-order links that I put down there as well. And I also put what is new this week down there in the description. So if you're interested in any of these titles that I talk about on the entire episode of the Physical Media Report, please use those links down below. They definitely help support the channel, and I would really appreciate it. But we got House of the Dragon, guys, which season 2 would have come back by now. I would have watched it last night. I'm obsessed with this show. I freaking love House of the Dragon. I love Game of Thrones. So very excited for season 2. But season 1 right now on 4K, guys, is $22.49, which is the best price I've seen it at so far. And we also have a Blu-ray edition of season 1, if you don't care about 4K, for $15.99. So a great price point for an entire season of television. And in my opinion, this was the best season of television that came out in 2022. Like, this is one of the best, like, seasons of television ever. I thought House of the Dragon season 1 was phenomenal. So I think it's a great season of television and definitely worth owning in your collection, especially if you don't want to pay I think it's like $20 a month to get HBO Max at this point. So you can just own it on physical media for the same price as you would pay a month to watch it on HBO Max. So just get the physical edition, guys. Physical always beats streaming, right? So we're a physical channel around here. I mean, I have streaming, but you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, we got Old Boy on 4K, that big, box set edition of that for $51.61, which I'm very tempted to get every single time it drops down a little bit, but I'm waiting for that $40 price point. I'm waiting for it to go down to there to pull the trigger. We got Daniel Craig's 4K 5-film set, so all 5 of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies on 4K for $44.99, which is a great price for 5 4Ks. We got Haunting in Venice on Blu-ray for $14.96. We got Black Hawk Down on 4K for $15.50. We got 2012 on 4K for $15.50. We got the Emoji Movie on 4K for $12.40. 1240. I think Sony's got a deal on all their animated films because we get Angry Birds 1 and 2 on 4K as well for 1240 if you want all those animated movies. Angry Birds is pretty good, but Emoji Movie I've never seen because I heard it was crap. But all of them are 1240 right now. We got the Transformers 6 film 4K collection for $82.84 currently. And lastly, we got Elemental on Blu-ray for $14.96. So that's all the deals, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into what is new this week. But before we do that, let me take a drink of water real quick because I am extremely parched. And usually I'll take breaks in the physical media report and I'll edit those out. But I really don't want to do a ton of like clipping and editing with this video today. So like I said, very off the cuff, and we're just going to go for it. Let's talk about what is new this week, guys. We've got Chinatown coming out on 4K, which I do have in my possession right here. I haven't really showed this off on the channel yet, but I do have it, and it's still in the plastic. And I'm hoping to watch it and review it this week with any luck. I've got so many titles coming into the collection, guys, and I'm trying to do, my best to watch and review all this stuff. So hopefully I'll get a review out for Chinatown this week, but that's coming out on 4K as a part of the Paramount Presents line. It's spine number 45, as you can see right here. And it's going for $35.19. And like I said, I'll have all these, 4Ks and Blu-rays down below, linked down below in the description. We also got RoboCop 2 coming out on 4K this week from Screen Factory. I pre-ordered this one from Amazon, so hopefully that comes in this week. And I will definitely be reviewing RoboCop 2. That comes out for $32.99. And there's site exclusives and there's double slip sets for $44.98. And there's Pin and Lobby Card Double Slip Package Editions for $149.99. If you want the lobby cards and the pins, you can pay an extra $100 to get those. God, it's such a ripoff on Screen Factory. I can't stand it. RoboCop 2014 on 4K from Screen Factory is coming out for $32.99. What, we couldn't get the pins and the cards for the RoboCop remake? Come on, Screen Factory. RoboCop 2014 4K, though, is $32.99 as well. I can't imagine paying any more than $5 for that film. I do have it in the collection, but I think I got it at a Dollar Tree or something at some point. We also got American Gigolo on 4K coming out from Arrow Video this week, which I also have this chunky box set edition for, which I'm hoping to get to for review very soon. But that comes out from Arrow Video for $41.99. It's a steep price point, guys, but this is a chunky box edition. This does have a slip cover on it as well. So it's a really nice box set edition. So I don't think that $41.99 is a terrible price for that release. And we also have a regular Blu-ray edition if you don't want the 4K for $25.98. And there's a site exclusive with the original poster art on the box set of American Gigolo. So yeah, definitely excited to watch that movie in 4K. We got Bound on 4K, Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon, a film noir movie. I'm excited to get this one at some point, but it's going to be in the Criterion sale that comes out from Criterion for $34.99. And we also have a Blu-ray edition of Bound for $27.99 as well. We also have Victims of Sin coming out from Criterion this week for $27.99. We have Beverly Hills Ninja getting a Blu-ray release from Sony for $26.99, which I would be very excited to get, okay, if this was coming out from Paramount and they were pricing it at $13.99, but because it's coming out from Sony, it's $26.99 for a new Blu-ray release. Why is it that expensive? Come on, Sony, I love you, but you gotta work on your pricing. Jeez Louise. I'm sure it's gonna look great though because Sony did it, so it's probably worth it, I guess. But like, I don't know, guys. $26.99. Like, you got to add some new special features. You got to have some nice packaging. At least a slip cover. Like, if you're gonna put this out, so. I'm going to wait for this one to go down in price. I got a nice DVD of Beverly Hills Ninja. I love the movie, and I definitely want a Blu-ray, but I cannot pay $27 for that movie. Shotgun Stories on Blu-ray, guys, from Sony for $26.98. The Bulgars coming out on Blu-ray from Sony for $26.99. Mars Express is coming out on Blu-ray from Shout Factory for $17.99. We also have American Fiction coming out on Blu-ray from Warner Brothers for $22.95. Another Best Picture nominated film, I believe. I will be getting this one in soon from Warner Brothers, I think. We also have the Karate Kid 4K VHS collectible packaging edition from Sony for $27.29. That's a 4K, and that's about as much as Beverly Hills Ninja, but really nice packaged edition of the Karate Kid. But I have the best edition of the Karate Kid that I can possibly own. I have that box set edition with the Karate Kid on 4K, so I don't need this, but it's nice packaging if you don't own the film. Hopefully they do 2 and 3 standalone with that same packaging. We also have Prison Walls, Abashiri Prison 1 through 3 coming out from Eureka for $45.77. We have Obsession on Blu-ray coming out from Indicator for $25.18. We have The Shop at Slide Corner coming out from Indicator from $23.78 for $23.78. We have Tomorrow We Live coming out on Blu-ray from Indicator for $23.78. We have The Phantom of Monastery coming out from Indicator for $20.49. We've got Cat Ballou coming out on Blu-ray from Sony for $27.95. We have Battles Without Honor and Humanity coming out from Arrow Video. This is a 5-movie set for $99.99. We also have Film Noir Dark Side of Cinema Volume 19 coming out from Kino Lorber for $31.99. We've got Payoff coming out on Blu-ray from Oscilloscope for $39.99. This is a weird cover on this movie. It's like a naked girl with a horse tail. I don't know what this movie is. And then we got Nowhere Special coming out from Cohen Media Group for $22.49. And lastly, guys, we have Warehouse 13, the complete series coming out from Universal for $53.92. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's sloppy edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. That's always the goal with these shows, guys, just to inform you guys about the physical media releases that are coming out and also give my opinion and my thoughts and my perspective on the physical media releases that are coming out as well. So thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all of my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.